Alrighty, let's get this party started. Ja, mensen, welkom op onze wekelijkse Sunday Team Call. Leuk dat jullie opnieuw zo talrijk aanwezig zijn. Ja, mensen, straks hebben we echt een powerhouse rechtstreeks vanuit de States, rechtstreeks vanuit Amerika. Welkom op onze call. We hebben hier een berichtjesbox. Ik zie herinner dat mijn internet nogal instabiel is. Loop ik nog steeds vast? Sander, loop ik vast? Ben ik oké?
Ja, nu hoor je je, Michael.
Ja, oké.
Ga je gang.
Door de tijd dat ik mijn internet betaal, ik wacht tot op de volgende cycle, dan kan ik dat betalen. Oké. Mensen willen het hebben over business wins. Dus zet eens in de chat één business win deze week. Dat kan een enrollment zijn, dat kan een associate zijn, welkom bij het team. Dat kan een 5-star bonus zijn, dat kan je bent consultant geworden. Zet eens een business win deze week in de chat alsjeblieft. Ons is consultant gemaakt, Rotterdam Opportunity Meeting, ja, klopt Sander. 11 enrollments, my god, morgen al niet normaal. TeamTraining at home, Kelly, gesprek, nieuwe mensen in het team, zegt Katrien. Simple sample met 100% inslaging, zegt Saskia. Inderdaad, Anja, director, top. Barbara, director, daar gaan we straks nog eens een shout-out tot doen. Heel veel nieuwe zaadjes geplant. Goeie directe Elsk met afspraken. Nieuwe director in het team, Ilse. Team is aan het groeien, zegt Dominique. Enrollments. Nieuw team en eerste 2 klanten. Leuk. Nieuwe consultant van Virginie. Ja, super om te zien. Goed mensen, zet eens in de chat, want ja, op de lange duur kunnen we het niet meer bijhouden. Maar wie is er nieuw deze week consultant geworden? Als je zegt, ja, ik ben nieuw deze week in het team consultant geworden, dan zet je me in de chat. Eens kijken of er nieuwe consultants zijn deze week uiteraard en die ook op onze call zitten. Katrien, Samson, of Samson liever. Samson is de hond van Hert. Nieuwe managers deze week, mensen? Zijn er nieuwe manager, gewoon manager, crystal manager? Uit het team. Carmen zegt een halve manager. Ja, ook super, halfway to manager. Sibel als team. Morgan zegt Sibel is manager geworden. Leuk. Oké, we hebben ook mensen, nieuwe directors in ons team. Je zag het net ook al passeren in de chat. Nog maar fresh, nieuw. Barbara Gandolfi. Ja, super hè, Barbara. Mensen, feliciteer Barbara. Crystal director, 6 consultants. Echt, en zo'n snelheid, spectaculair. Komt uit het team van Dominique. Ook deze week, ja, haar buddy, haar teammates, haar partner in crime. Ook Anja Baart, proficiat, Crystal director. Met ook een waanzinnige snelheid in deze business. Proficiat van ons allemaal. En ook director uit het team van Tim en Ilse, Vicky Asselbergs. Ik had ze daarnet nog, Lisa Asselbergs, ik had ze net nog een berichtje gestuurd, maar zegt ze, ik moest even dringend naar spoed. Maar gefeliciteerd ook voor Lisa, director uit het team van Tim en Ilse. Echt top. Ik weet niet of dat er executives gemaakt zijn deze week. Ik vermoed van niet. Als het zo is, dan hoor ik het graag. Alright. Mensen, praktische info voor komende week. Morgen maandag. Ik ga even checken bij Kelly. Kelly Verlee, doen wij morgen Money Monday, Kelly? Is op de call, Kelly?
Ja, ik ben op de call en Money Monday gaat morgen niet door de feestdag.
Okay. Ja, dus morgen hebben we feestdag. In België, geloof ik ook in Nederland. Dus geen Money Monday. Mensen, als je toch prospects hebt voor business, please reach out naar jullie coaches. We kunnen altijd een 3-way call, een 3-way Zoom doen. Business-wise, om jullie mensen te gaan opstarten, een kijkje te geven, info te geven naar de financiële opportuniteit. Woensdag uiteraard op post Wellbeing webinar. Voor de mensen die zeggen, ja, ik wil info voor de producten. Dus weight loss performance, collageen elixir, sell it what, name it. Dus woensdag om 8 uur geeft onze team nog altijd Wellbeing webinar. Dus uiteraard mensen, zorg dat je zelf aanwezig bent en zet de mensen die interesse hebben naar de producten op de call. We hebben ook donderdag een heel leuke call van Corporate, van Marcel uit. Donderdag om 7:30, dus 7:30, gaat Tommy Voren het compensatieplan uitleggen. Dus mensen graag aanwezig, uiteraard jullie mensen, jullie nieuwe teamies, ook op onze corporate call donderdag 7:30, 7:30, gegeven door Tommy Voren. Goed, uiteraard nog onze core commitments. De mensen die er wat langer in zitten, die kennen ze al. De nieuwe mensen, please take notice, maak er gebruik van. Zo gaat jouw business een boost geven. We hebben 7 core commitments op deze teamcall. Eerste core commitment, minimum 2 tot 5 reach-outs per dag. Dus mensen zeggen, ja, ik wil toch wel nieuwe mensen aantrekken, nieuw bloed aantrekken. Hey, u weet, mensen komen altijd van jouw loveline. We gaan mensen een bepaalde content, bepaalde value gaan bieden. Die komen uiteindelijk in jouw pipeline en uiteindelijk komen ze in jouw downline liever in jouw team. Dus minimum 2 tot 5 reach-outs per dag. Dat kan offline zijn, dat kan online zijn, via social media, via in-person meetings. Maar je zult moeten mensen, op zijn vlam gezegd, uit je kot komen. Want als je geen actie onderneemt, als je niet zelf mensen gaat contacteren, ja, dan zal jouw team jammer genoeg niet groeien. First core commitment. Tweede core commitment sowieso is attend to een online event. Attend to een teamtraining zoals deze. Toch wel belangrijk. Iedere zondag om 8 uur. Straks om 9 uur mensen is het easy call. Dus van Zek en Deel voor Europa. Het is Dominique van Dalen die straks de call gaat leiden. Dus we zijn hier momenteel met 50. Dus al het 50. Graag straks om 9 uur op de easy team call. Gegeven door Dominique. Dat zou super leuk zijn. Dus attend to een offline event. Volgende core commitment. Ja, mensen, we zeggen het genoeg. De basis, de core van deze business is events. Ga samenkomen met mensen, spreek af in home, doe in-person meetings, doe collageenparties zoals het team doet, doe zip en samples met de voeding, spreek met jouw coach af, jouw upline, crossline, downline, het maakt niet uit. Zoek iemand dat je zegt, ja, het is leuk om daarmee samen te partneren en ga naar in-person meetings om inderdaad zoveel mogelijk de Isagenix story en de Isagenix visie te gaan delen met mensen. Goed, volgende core commitment. Ja, commit to personal development. Mensen, ga een podcast luisteren, bestel boeken, audiocast, whatever, zodanig dat je zelf de skills van network marketing, van jouw mindset gaat verbeteren. Toch wel super belangrijk. Oké, zesde core commitment. De road, de map to executive. Heel belangrijk. Alsjeblieft mensen, print het uit. Het staat op isagenixbusiness.com. Het staat ook op de easy templates, de Zek en Deel site, ook in het Nederlands. Print de map, de road to executive af. Zet er 10 mensen op. We gaan die 10 mensen, 2 mensen gaan referral. Je maakt 10 consultants. Het is zeker doable. De mensen die executive zijn, paid as ook, die weten wat geld er op tafel ligt als je executive bent en paid as. En last but not least, core commitment. Commit to be here 1 year. Stick to the game. Geef jezelf als associate mensen 1 jaar, 12 maanden de kans om inderdaad een team te gaan opbouwen. Om jou de skills van network marketing, prospecting, connecting, enrolling, following up, social media, het compensatieplan, name it, om die skills te gaan leren en uiteraard ook een team te gaan opbouwen. Maar een minimum de commitment, 12 maanden. Iemand die zegt, Michael, ik heb het 2 weken geprobeerd, dan was het inderdaad een verloren kans. Goed mensen, naar de praktische info toe. Als er vragen zijn, please zet het in de chat. Be my guest. Goed, ja, mensen, ik heb dan hier het ongelooflijke genoegen om deze Power Lady, een echte powerhouse, aan te kondigen. Ik heb het ook genoegen gehad om met haar, samen met haar partner, met haar man Joel, in Cabo te zitten in Mexico op het Top Achievers event. Het zijn super lieve mensen, echt super aardige mensen, zoals ze in het Vlaams zeggen, katjes van patatjes. Mijn ding staat in op. Ja. Ja, dank u wel. Het zijn echt schatjes van patatjes, zowel Holly als haar man Joel. En ik heb haar gevraagd om onze teamcall te hosten, om haar experience, haar Astrazenics visie, story en haar business te gaan vertellen. Ze komt oorspronkelijk uiteraard uit Amerika, uit Kentucky. Ze woont momenteel in Carmel. Ze is een 5-star Golden Circle, 6-star Crystal Executive. Holly Kirsch, are you there?
Hello.
Holly, hi.
Having me. I'm honored.
So good.
So good.
You have a little beep in your sound, Holly.
Okay, a beep in my sound.
A beep.
Somebody else told me that the other day.
Hi guys.
Hi, Joel.
It's probably something. Hear the computer running. Is that different? No?
I don't know what the sound is, but
Somebody else told me.
it was better.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
You're welcome.
Talk loud, I don't know.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Holly.
Okay, so you want me to just start?
Yeah. Please, just introduce yourself to our team, please.
Okay. Well, Michael and I have been following each other because we came in around the same time, and I'm trying to catch up with him, but he is soaring. I am telling you, but we have, I'm learning from him every day, and I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot from you guys. So really, I've been getting ready to celebrate with my husband. Our 4-year anniversary will be the 7th of this month. So in 2 days, we would have been with Isagenix. And started as a customer, as we all have to, but literally was not looking for an opportunity. We have a fun story. We were in Maui during a Top Achievers a trip. We were going there for our 30th wedding anniversary. We were excited about just getting away at this beautiful resort. And we had 2 adorable gals on our plane, and we ended up at the last 4 of us, Joel and Jessica Rigner and Erica Rothenberger. And Joel Kirsch and I, the last 4 people in baggage claim, started chatting, did not chat about Isagenix. Joel is an adoption attorney, so he has these pink pins with storks on them, and he handed them to him. Jessica was trying to adopt Trinity, who's now in her family. She was a foster mom to her, and so they connected on that conversation. We said goodbye to them, thinking we'd never see them again, and 24 hours later, they were in the lobby of the same hotel of the Grand Wailea. So we laughed and said, all right, well, we're supposed to, connect. Let's have drinks before the week is out. So as we're vacationing, everywhere we look, everybody looks extremely fit, glowing, happy, laughing. And I said, who in the heck are these people? And whatever they're doing, I want to do. So I think one of the things we have to remind ourselves is that the biggest gift we have is our lifestyle and what we're attracting, because their culture was attracting us. And there was something that was undescribable about this interest. Now, the interest story goes from, we kind of through the middle of the week figured out this could be a network marketing business. And we thought that was really weird, and we did not want anything to do with that. But we also decided we wanted to try these products because everyone looked so good. So when we sat down and had drinks with Jessica and Erica, I go back as I share the story with you, when I'm sharing with other people that say, no, I'm not interested in the business, just like I did, how they overcame my objection. And with time, obviously things change. So we, talked personal first, which is so important to connect on a personal level before you jump into the opportunity. And they said to us, we're here on an all expense paid trip. You guys seem very social. You seem like if you love something, you would chat about it. You too could be on a trip just like this to the next exotic place we go, all expense paid trip, if you are interested. And this is the thing they started with. Jessica said, all you need to do if you're interested and you have a great product experience is knowing that there's no 10 people that know 2 people that want to take good care of themselves. This time there was no collagen, so we can say that for some of you who are building on that product, glow. But So I still had my objection, up here, like I was looking through them smiling, thinking, no, I'm probably not going to do that, but nice to hear, give me these products. So we ordered our value pack when we were on a Jeep ride to the road to Hana through bumpy roads. And I'll never forget, I got this like text message, congratulations, thank you for your order, $675. I was like, what did I just do? Like, that buyer's remorse, did I do the right thing? When you're on vacation, hit people up because you feel like you don't have a budget because you're not in reality. So anyway, it was the best $675 we ever spent. We actually split a value pack. So sometimes if I'm talking to a couple, I share my example, split it. And then 2 weeks later, guess what? They have to order another one. And then they just have to grab another friend. So that's how we got started on this venture. And the other part that was significant was getting to celebration. So I know at the time it was a 5-hour drive, which really is nothing, as you know. But when I had just begun in June, and I think celebration was in August, they had said to me, I was a consultant, within maybe the 30-day window. And they said, it would be so cool if you came. We want to introduce you to some really cool people. You can just really see what it's all about. You'll probably recognize some of the people you met in Maui and, think about it. So we went, and that was a game changer. So I don't know where everybody is in their journey that's on this call, but if you can events, great, go to those. I'm talking about the corporate big events, try to get to those. So that was a game changer for us. And then I think they did a good job of sprinkling, not calling me and being on me so much because, there's nothing like dragging somebody who's trying to figure out where they want to be. So I try to remind myself of how well they did it with me so I can try to replicate that with others. And it was just checking in on how we were doing, how we were feeling for the first few weeks. Then, okay, so now you feel good. So Joel's orders started just the casual way, but then they went for like, hey, if you're coming to celebration, it would be really cool. You'll see what I mean if you could crystal manager, just as really. So we're like, okay, gave me a challenge and went for it. So I hit my executive status in the 6-month mark. December was the 6th month, which is not necessarily the best time to, think about getting your 10 with 2, but I had been doing it, sprinkling it and doing it along the way. So working well with what I'm doing. Is there any questions before I go there, Michael?
Valuable, Holly. Yes, and maybe the second one, what are the struggles you have yourself and maybe with the team?
Post today, and it's just my name, and it's 2 things. It's mindset and it's consistency. You will. And if you stay in this rule, you don't quit a high ever, but the lows can be the lowest of lows. If you let them, then something, is wrong because you're going to have them. And you need to see because it's getting so much attraction. They're getting so many messages back. They're a crystal consultant post and nobody's messaging them full life. And what can they do wants to do what I want to do? So I know so many things. They will say yes. And people, because I've stayed, they're like, what is that? I want to know. Like, what did you mention? That is being consistent. Sharing time, I'm sharing the product. I thought it was weird, but you're showing up today on a Sunday. You're showing up. Show up for your team. Post you and your relationship with you. So give the best vacuum you've ever bought. What boutique owner I could say you might be posting about your business and your stories daily, fine, but not on your page daily. They're wanting to get you a relationship with you and they want value from you. They want to learn from you. They love humor. So be humorous and be vulnerable and make fun of yourself sometimes because people will relate to that. Okay, so then one thing I do, the PVC we've been doing longer, but just having a system and making it stupid and simple, right? For your team. So when you're sharing with 2, just make it really simple that when they, I'll just use the collagen since it's the newest and that's what the PPC is around. I've got a hold of something. I thought of you because I've noticed you're on your social media looking so good. And this is a product that will not only help your skin glow, but your people, and we'll go from there. So at 40, 50 people you work with, and it's the follow-up in the fortune. I've also heard it takes sometimes 7 times for someone to see your information before they're ready to say yes. So when I said that people quit, they think because they posted, nobody liked it or nobody's did a call to action that they're a loser and they're going to throw in the towel now. Well, no, it's just that they're watching. If they see people talk about something they're so excited about, and 3 months, 2 months later, they don't ever talk about it again. They're like, see, this is why I didn't say yes, because it was just something, that came in and went out. So really staying consistent. And when you do a post, one of the things I'm trying to learn is do a call to action, but then what do they do with it? Make it obvious, like DM me the word belly. I did a belly buster, which I don't know if you guys do that, but whatever it is, like we'll do 11-day shred, a 30-day reset. And in our Indiana weather, we have summer, we have all 4 seasons. And so everyone's wearing bathing suits for the first time right now. And so we do the bedtime belly buster, which would be like the tri-release or the isopro with the fruits and the greens. And it's been scientifically proven if we do a high protein, low carb supplement before bed, it will help increase our metabolism, build our muscle, help. So creating excitement and giving value, but then at the end, we're like, oh, this sounds good, what I do. Well, DM me the word bedtime belly buster, and I'll send you more information. So making sure that people know what you're doing, know your brand, know your why, people to travel the world with and go to all these trips with. Those are the people that you want to be reaching out to and creating your dream team. Struggles. Personally, I cannot seem to, I can get enrollments, I can get consultants. And of course I've made executives, but I have so many consultants and I feel like that's where I'm saying my struggle is getting my consultants to managers. When you get the money, and it's the beginning step, but at the same time, I have to watch my introduction because I'm like, oh, if you want to get your products paid for, just share with 2. Well, they do that. They get their products paid for 1 time, but it's more than that, right? So I'm trying to figure out how I can increase my language and then let's face it, there's going to be a lot of customers and there's a lot of people that casual share, but in the big picture, the 51 of us that are on here, we are the blue M&M. Like in a bag of M&Ms, there might be 1 or 2 in the bag. And so I'm also trying to really look for those working company. They already get it. It's so much easier, but I wasn't that person. So, everyone's a fair game, but just, that's a struggle. And then so I've enrolled, and I know, Michael, you enroll so many people. When I look at my zeros of the people that I've enrolled, I want to have a better system. Like I like how Kathy Cooper is going to do the 1, 2, 3 for us, but I still feel like I need to do a better onboarding with, I get so busy, I'm moving on to the next week, And meanwhile, somebody got lost in my shuffle 3 weeks ago. Shame on me. So, we all have struggles. So what else do you want to know?
Thank you, Holly. Well, as everybody knows, the events are the heartbeat of this business. We are all curious how you promote events, how you do events in your boutique, you do events in home with your team, and how do you invite people to events, to online or offline events?
Okay, so for events, I have a little bit of an advantage because I have a brick and mortar women's boutique. So if you don't have a brick and mortar, someone who does, because I also host a lot of events, even competitive network marketing companies I host. If they say they want to come in with I'm like, great, come in. And the reason I do that is they're going to bring people. So it's all about cross marketing. So if you don't have and I know, Michael, you have a gym, so we both have platforms, but if you do not have a platform, where do you get your hair done? Who does anything with your skin, your spa? Where do you shop at for your clothing that might be more locally owned? Stretch labs are big here all of a sudden, so I've just enrolled an owner of a stretch lab. Pickleball is a sport I got engaged in that I could now have a body. So do you have a community events? You work out with people, who is your groups? So as far as the brick and mortar, the value you add to them, if you came to me and let's just say I'm just a boutique owner, you said, first of all, it'd help if you shopped there and they know you. So you might just go ask before you maybe make a purchase, even if it's a small pair of earrings, but you get relationship going with somebody in that store. And you say, I would love to have a place to invite a lot of my friends and contacts. And maybe you can invite yours. I could bring so I'm going to use my boutique example, some girls to model some of your clothes, and you could grab pictures of them, but we'll get a fun network marketing. I'll bring in some samples. I'll give some of your guests some free products. I'll give a drawing for them to be able to win this box of collagen. And, you know, I'll also bring a cheese tray for that night, and I'll invite some people. So you're giving her value because you're bringing in people to her boutique. Then you could ask, you know, can I do an invite? And would you be willing to share it on your social media, and we can tag each other? So that's what we do. We do a lot of cross marketing. If it's a gym, like a workout place, hey, you know, a lot of times the gyms or places will do events. I would love to come in and be a part of that. I haven't done as many online events because I have the ability to do. So I'm not a good person to ask the creativeness of that, but I know a lot of people have very big success with that. So even, I don't know if you guys have these canvas painting places, but that's a great place, you know, to invite some friends and do it. Candle making places. So there's plenty. And you can even just do it in your home. I'll do like quarterly events socially for my team and ask them to bring a friend. And we don't even really talk about Isagenix business. We just have fun together. So just like what I was attracted to was the culture at the beginning. And I think if we show them, they'll be like, whatever, they're so fun. And I think I want to be a part of this in some way. Maybe it's just as a customer at first. So I think don't underestimate having fun without, like, you can have Isagenix snacks and then Isagenix people kind of talk a little bit and they overhear it, but you're not doing a presentation. Those are fun to do as well.
So good. Super, super, Holly. Okay. I want to talk about structure because, yeah, for everybody it's difficult, especially for the people who are just new in this business, to get structure in the daily method. Because, yeah, you have to enroll people, you have to following up, you have to learn a compensation plan. How does your day-to-day activity looks like regards to Isagenix?
Okay, so I always start out with gratitude in the morning. You start out with a positive mind. You're going to attract so much. I do manifestation statements. Today, I'm looking for somebody who has an undesired, you know, in their soul to help others, to show people financial freedom, to help people be their best version of them, to travel, to work out, that people that love to travel and work out, love to live their best life, bring those people to me. You know, I'm spiritual, so I do my prayers, I do my meditation. So I think starting out, now some mornings I get up and play pickleball before I can even open my eyes, and then I try to come back and do it. But my days are the best when I really take that time to start out there. Then after that, I always, I wish I planned out my social media a month ahead. I'm just one of those people that is a hot mess. So I plan it out pretty much minutes before I do it. But everyone is organized. If you're organized, I surround my life with you because I want that. I'm not. It's definitely a struggle. But I will do social media posts and I try to alternate them. Like I said, I might give value. I might give an inspiration. I might ask a question, you know, I might talk about the collagen results and the, you know, bedtime belly buster, the 30-day reset, but I alternate. I always do it every single day. And I try to do stories at least twice a day, and I group them in groups. I don't know algorithms enough to know you do one and then 3 hours later you do another one, but I'm kind of busy, as we all should be. So I kind of do 3 or 4 stories, and then later in the afternoon, somebody tags me, like Michael tagged me on this. Of course, I put it in there, and then I've already, while you guys were talking, I did a story with the DJ. Like, hello, I'm jealous. I want that DJ on my team calls. That was awesome. So then after that, depending on my day, I still follow the 5-5-5. So I will confess that I love my warm market versus my cold. I feel I'm very much a genuine person. I don't like, because I've received so many, hey girl, you know, I was like, I did delete, you know, I don't even read it. So I'm trying to think, how can I reach out? So one thing I started doing is just finding people that I feel would be a great match and friend requesting them, and then loving on their posts without even saying anything for a couple weeks. Then I'll send a message saying, I've been watching what you're a beautiful family. I too love to play pickleball. I too have golden doodles. I just want you to know you really inspire me. I hope you have a great day. So I'm still not I'm still not bringing up Isagenix, because guess what? If I'm messaging her, I'm liking her, she's knowing what I'm doing by now. And then if I see her start to like my stuff, then I will go in and say, hey, I thought of you because you know, I have this product and I thought it's been game changer. Take a look at it. Let me know your thoughts. So I think sometimes I'm not always like that. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I got to say something right now, you know, but I do believe if you're always fueling your tank with all these different things, then they're always going to come back to you. And before I go to the next things I do, I want to talk about the gift of being in front of somebody. So when I went to Vegas for the Worry Network Marketing Most Powerful Women event, I met a gal in the airport, and you talked about that manifestation. She's like, what do you do? I'm like, oh my gosh, what do you do? She's a realtor. Well, anyway, she's a consultant now. So I just met her 2 weeks ago in person. I told her I was coming in for this Most Powerful Women event. I said, hey, let me get your information. Gave her my phone. She gave me her cell phone. If they don't feel comfortable with that, sometimes I'll say, what's your Instagram? What's your Facebook? But I have them put it in. Then I screenshot it if I do that, because I'm not going to remember their name. When I turn around, I'll be like, oh my God, who was that? And then I'll follow up. So remember, whenever you're running your, it's like, I hear people say, oh my gosh, I got to hurry and do all this so I can get home and work. Well, hello, everything you're doing out in your life is the people in front of you. You could be blessing. Then I will do follow-ups. So the people that I know have seemed interested but haven't said, then I'll follow up with them. I'll open up my back office and I'll work on that. So it's a work in progress as your team grows. Looking at my, you know, how my consultants look, where my managers look, if somebody's getting ready to drop off, sending messages of encouragement or knowledge, like, hey, you have some bank volume, so much on this side, and you're about to cycle, you know. So understanding that, looking at my downline, and I do that pretty much, you know, consistently. I traveled 24 days out of May. For a lot of it was for fun. So I get it. Some days, if I don't do 5-5-5, then maybe the next day I do 10-10-10. You know what? I'm always trying my best. And then I also believe it's important for you to show yourself taking time off, and let your team see that, and let your followers see that, because they're not going to want to work 24/7. We're telling them they're going to have time freedom. And if you're never showing it, they're never going to believe you. So when you're having fun, make sure you post about that. So that's pretty much what my day looks like.
Okay, super, Holly. A question in the chat from Ela. She asked, how do you organize all the names? So like enrolling people, following up, how do you have something, a diary or an Excel or a Penny app?
Well, I'm going to confess, I don't use the Penny app because I started after the Penny app came. So I already set up my unorganized system. But I do, because my team has grown, I do have an assistant that can help me. But I also, you know, the company does such a good job of, you know, when you look at your back office, it's like you view my team, not the tree. And then I put like join date. So I hit that a lot, like from the people I enrolled 4 years ago to the people I enrolled recently. So I go down and I scan those names a lot, and I see if they're ordering, if they're zeros. So right now I'm doing a termination, I guess, message. So because after a year, if they haven't ordered or whatever, they're terminated. Can I tell you how many people I've re-enrolled? I mean, I have re-enrolled so many people. So, hey, when they joined 4 years ago, I was just getting started. I know so much more. We didn't have the collagen, you know, or their timing was off. So I come back and I take all the, you know, say, oh my gosh, I was such a mess when I enrolled you. I've learned so much. And I wanted to share some of the new, like we didn't have the lower sugar options. We didn't have the adaptogen elixir, you know, we didn't have the skincare. We didn't have, I mean, there's so many things that changed. And so, you know, if you're newer, you're not going to have that, but the joy of having people terminated, you can re-enroll them and you can get them excited. So I will go through that. Then when I look at my team, you know, I just hit their names and I look at their downline. So it is a lot to look at. And so sometimes I'm just like, okay, what I'm trying to do is say, I'm willing to give myself, you know, an hour on this, an hour on this, and an hour on this. And then I'm going to, you know, tomorrow I'm going to pick up where I left, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So you break it down into, you know, because if you're working, like I have a boutique too, and a full life. So I'm not working every hour, but I will tell you, if you treat Isagenix like a job, versus a hobby, your pay will reflect that. So if you want a part-time job, what does that look like? Is that 20 hours a week? And if it is, are you working 20 hours a week on isogenics? And if you're not, you're like, oh gosh, no, if I did 10 minutes yesterday, 0 minutes the day before. So then make a goal in your calendar, take those 20 hours, divide it by the 7 days. If you want to be off on Saturday, Sunday, divide it by the 5 days. I mean, the great news is your business, you get to design it the way you want it, but you can't expect to do amazing if you don't treat it like a job.
Yes, for sure. So good. Okay, next question, Holly. What's your vision for the future, for yourself, for your family? Or what vision you have?
That is such a great question. So the other part of me is I couldn't understand why people told me I needed to have a why. I was like, why do I have to have a why? You know, I don't know. I like things, I do things. But I understand the importance of it and my why keeps evolving. So my why at the beginning was, I just wanted to look and feel my best. And I think one of the questions you had asked me earlier and I didn't answer online was, you know, what were the changes you saw physically and financially? So physically, Joel and I didn't need to lose weight, but we did look better. Like our muscles popped out, our body fat went down, people noticed, and we felt better, right? So that was my why, was just to feel better. Then my why was to let other people know they can feel as good as I do and as Joel does. And so that was my why. Then my why started to evolve. Well, I still want to do that, but now I want to show people like myself that it's no matter what age they are, what they're doing, they can have this residual income, this online franchise, the second, third, fourth stream of income to work alongside of them to help create whatever life they want. So now I'm like, okay, so I'm doing that for myself and my family. And at the end of the day, I'm a worker bee mentality. I'm like one of those worker bees. And I'm like, so I need to keep working this hard. Like I could sit there, but I can't stop it. So I'm like, what do I want to do? So we love to, you know, do ISA Foundation and give back. And we want to do mission trips. I mean, that's one of my things on my bucket list is to have the time to go and do mission trips. And I want to have more time freedom. I want to, you know, get a second place in a warm area so my kids, I've got one getting married next year, so almost 29, 26, and 20. And I really want places that like have a cool place that we all, or just travel together with them as these young, cool kids they are, these young adults, and not have to worry about it. Like, I just want to get on and want to go to Montana, great. Want to come to Belgium and see Michael, great. You know, just that freedom to do that and to give back to my community.
Yes, marvelous. So good, Holly. Okay, last question. What golden tip, what golden advice would you give to people just started? People just went associates. What tip could you give from yourself?
Get excited, be excited, and don't let anyone dim your light. Because when you're on the growth to this new excitement, you're going to have a lot of doubters and haters. And it's not about you, it's about them. So I always say, if you've never read the book, The 4 Agreements, it's been so helpful for me. Don't make assumptions and don't take things personally are 2 of the most valuable lessons. Just do you, shine your light, keep everything positive, and people are going to manifest to you. So it's very normal to be so excited at the beginning and then be so doubtful 30 to 60, 90 days later, and then you quit. If you just keep consistent and lean on Michael and your teams, like whoever enrolled you, your upline, tell them you're in a funk. I mean, I almost quit many times, to be honest, because, you know, I was just like, is it worth it? You know, because I tend to put everything into what I'm excited about. And then when it wasn't coming out the way I was seeing it come out. But then as soon as I did that, I'd be like, you've been paid. It'd be like this, holy crap, I just got paid that. You know, or somebody would recognize me, you know, like, oh my gosh, Holly just did this. And I was like, I did, you know, so I think we're so hard on ourselves, and just follow the simple systems and follow the training, be on your team calls, even when you're tired, and continue to personal develop, and don't quit, and be consistent and manifest it.
Magic words, Holly, magic words. Okay, people, do we have any more questions for Holly? Mensen, zijn er nog vragen? Zet ze gerust in de chat.
Well, you're welcome to private message me if you have any, question that you just wanted to ask on a smaller note. I'm happy to answer it, and I feel extremely honored, and I'm looking at your name, so I want to follow your journeys too on this amazing opportunity. Thank you for taking the time out to allow me to share my story.
Thank you, you're the best. Thank you so much, Holly. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, sharing your passion, your vision. My takeaways, we have to look for the blue M&Ms. I love that one. Have fun in events. It's not always about products and making money, but just have fun events. The rest will go and flow for sure. Yeah, and it's mindset. It's mindset and consistency. So that's the key of this business. Okay, people, put some love in the chat for Holly Kirsch and her husband, Joel. Thank you so much again, Holly.
Thank you.
We're looking forward. We see each other for sure this summer at Global Celebration in Orlando.
Yes.
We'll have the best time.
Okay, thank you guys. Happy
Okay,
Sunday.
Holly, see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. Ja, mensen, hoe cool was dit? Straks nog een kanjer als je zegt, ja, ik wil nog volgen. We hebben straks om 9 uur de call van Zek en Nieren voor Europa. Uiteraard ook in het Engels, gegeven door Dominique. Dus als je zegt, ik wil nog volgen, be my guest. Het zou leuk zijn om inderdaad daar de golden nuggets op te pikken. Goed, Dominique zei net in het debat is om te leren extra wat Penny allemaal voor jou kan betekenen in deze business. Mensen, nog een fijne weekend, fijne zondag en maak er een topweek van en tot straks.